One of the biggest upgrades to Ethereum is about to take place. It's called ETH Shanghai, and we're going to talk today about why everyone is wrong about what's about to happen. You see, the biggest change about ETH Shanghai is that people will now be able to unstake their staked ETH. If you remember, over the last few years, people have been staking their Ethereum into ETH2 staking. The problem with that is that they haven't been able to unstake that ETH, and this led to the rise of liquid staking derivatives protocols such as Lido. Now, what Lido and other such protocols allow for is for people to receive a token when they stake their ETH called STETH. This effectively will allow you to claim some of that staked ETH when the staking pools do unlock. So effectively, the people who have staked into ETH2 have something that they can trade, but there have been instances where the staked ETH trades at a huge discount from normal ETH. The big question is, should we all be frightened as Ethereum and Bitcoin have rallied up here into a week full of catalysts? We have a lot to talk about, so let's jump in. So first of all, what are we talking about here? The Shanghai update, scheduled for April 12th, that is tomorrow, will allow for validators to withdraw funds that have been locked to secure the network since December 2020. That is a very long time indeed. The upgrade will complete the network's transition to proof of stake, which started October 2022 with the merge. It's called the Chapella upgrade because there's the Capella upgrade mixed with the Shanghai upgrade, and they just mashed them together, calling it Chapella. Yes, I know, a lot of 500 IQ creativity over here in crypto land. Now, taking a wee look-see here over the ETH BTC chart, this shows how Ethereum is trading against Bitcoin. You can see that there's been a major de-risking here, and this is usually an interesting sign. Now, this could mean that traders believe that Ethereum's Shanghai Chapella upgrade is going to trigger a mass flood of Ethereum onto the markets. You see, that's the big dystopian case here, is that everyone unstakes their Ethereum that they've been waiting to unstake for years and years and years since the beginning of the last bull run, and they finally have the chance to sell that ETH. Thank goodness. But that doesn't really make that much sense, and we'll talk about why that is very soon. You see, what I found is that the price action leading up to major catalysts tends to be the opposite of what that catalyst will do. For example, a sell the news event would be price rallying up into that catalyst, and then people sell en masse when that catalyst occurs. In this case, although the USD price is up, price is largely lagging way behind Bitcoin in anticipation of this upgrade. I think at this time, it's time to talk brass tacks. How will this affect the price? And if you think about it, this is not nearly as bearish as people are trying to lead you on to believe. You see, yes, a lot of these people can unstake and now sell that ETH, but what are the types of people that were staking their ETH into this ETH 2.0 proof of stake system years in advance? These are true believers, long-term believers in the future of Ethereum, and often some of the biggest wallets in the ecosystem. They're not just going to rush to sell because their staking is now available to withdraw. Bear in mind, Ethereum's only trading about 50% off its highs, a little bit more than 50% actually. It's really not all that doom and gloom in ETH town. More importantly, and let's get to the crux of the issue, the ability to now withdraw your funds will actually make a lot more people willing to stake their ETH into the protocol. You see, if you knew you could stake your Ethereum for a 5% yield, but that yield came with the catch that you had literally no idea when you'd be able to withdraw your funds, withdraw your ETH, and that you'd effectively be stuck there indefinitely, well, that would add a little wrinkle to your desire to stake that Ethereum. And to give you a sense of scale here, look at how Ethereum compares to literally every other L1 chain, with BNB having over 90% staking participation, ADA at 72, Sol at 68, AVAX at 62, DOT at 46, and ETH here at a measly 14% staking ratio. That means pretty much no one stakes their ETH. And that's of course because of this phenomenon that you really don't know when you can get it out, so it's kind of like a one-way stake. It's less about staking at this point, and it's more about blind faith in the Ethereum ecosystem, and we all know blind faith doesn't run too deep in the crypto waters. You see, the ability to withdraw your ETH will actually probably attract way more staking attention, way more staking participation than had been previously the case. It's hard to imagine that this Ethereum percentage doesn't become far more competitive with other L1 competitors over time as far as staking percentage. I mean, why wouldn't you want to make a little bit of native yield with zero counterparty risk, ETH on ETH rewards? And this is because when you stake ETH, you're actually helping secure the network. You're adding to the security of the proof of stake consensus mechanism. This isn't some opaque yield or some Ponzi. This is literally naturally occurring ETH that gets emitted by the network as a way to pay validators to secure and validate transactions. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that ETH is inflation inflationary either, because thanks to EIP 1559, we now have a deflationary mechanism where a little bit of ETH is burned with each transaction. You see, it's a beautiful harmony where stakers earn a little bit of ETH and the people who are transacting burn a little bit of ETH. And I'm certainly not the only one who thinks this way. As Gamichan says here, it's so obvious that people aren't going to dump their Shanghai ETH. Why do I see 10 threads each day trying to convince me that they won't? Apparently, the mental gymnastics Olympics are held this year in Shanghai. As Chris says here, Shanghai de-risks Ethereum staking. Expect the percent of ETH staked to 2 to 4x in the quarters following it. Those are bullish flows, not bearish. For those who are very interested, there's also a mathematics equation that stops this onslaught of staking withdrawals. So it's not like everyone can withdraw and sell all at once. That's not mathematically possible given the way that this upgrade is framed. Though I don't really believe that's going to be a huge issue personally. As Fabian says here, the limit is around 50,000 Ethereum a day, which is why I think the worst of the Shanghai was actually from the de-risking going into it, reflected in the ETH BTC ratio. As we can see, ETH BTC has taken a major beating here, down about 7% over the last few days. As Mr. Ran of Crypto Banter says, ETH Shanghai tomorrow. Here's what I'm expecting the next few weeks. 1, staking withdrawals slower than expected. I agree with this. LSD protocols drop as people realize the main reason people use them was for the token liquidity. This one is less clear to me, but we'll see what happens with LSD products like Lido and other such protocols. And 3, ETH runs. Alt season starts. ETH BTC up. BTC DOM down. Now this I would absolutely love to see, as alt season is literally the most fun season of them all. Listen to me clearly. Every single indicator has pointed to that we are repeating history right now on the 4-year cycle. Could we be wrong? Yes. But in my opinion, the risk of believing that this isn't happening is so much greater than the risk of taking some chance on volatility. Everyone's looking at altcoins that are down bad, battered and bruised from the last cycle. You know what I'm talking about. And if you're not understanding that buying stuff in the off season before people are hyped about it, before it's up only, is the way to get ahead and stay ahead of crypto, then you haven't paid attention to any of the content I've made here on this channel for years. You want to buy when others are scared. You want to buy before the noise heats up. And quite frankly, if you haven't been taking advantage of the low prices in some of these coins, whether or not we plunge down to new lows, I believe that the levels we're at will eventually be surpassed, not just by a little bit, but by orders of magnitude on the next bull run. That's why I'm starting to add to my positions, altcoins, Bitcoin, and the projects that I think are going to truly thrive next run. So what's going to happen with ETH Shanghai update? I think this take from Ansem sums it up. Overall, I don't think it's bullish or bearish. Yeah, people can unstake, but most of that cohort are super long-term bull ETH, so don't expect that much selling short-term. ETH is upgrading once again. Besides Bitcoin, this is the biggest protocol in the world. We're seeing consistent growth, consistent evolution, and with another smooth upgrade to ETH Shanghai, the Chapella upgrade, we'll now have seen a multitude of massive changes, smooth as silk from the Ethereum Foundation and the Ethereum blockchain. This is extremely bullish for the future of the world computer that is Ethereum. We're seeing an explosion of L2s surrounding the Ethereum protocol that make fast and low fee transactions a reality. I believe the entire ETH ecosystem is going to benefit from this. I believe ETH as an asset is made all that much more interesting by having a staking protocol you can easily deposit and withdraw to without the insane commitment of forever staking. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm bullish on ETH taking some of the lead and spreading some of that love to the altcoins. As you guys know, I'm here to make an absolute astronomical amount of money on the next bull run. And if you guys are with me in that, go ahead, leave me a comment in the comment section below. Tell me your favorite projects, because I believe right now is the time to start sniffing around and sizing up the next big narratives to run. I'm a big believer in gaming. I'm a big believer in scaling. I'm a big believer in analyzing trends, hopping on those trends and riding them. But I'm also a big believer, diehard, in crypto. Right now, most of the world, the VCs, the retail investors, the press have turned their back on crypto, have tried to villainize it. This is exactly what happened last bear market. But I can tell you, it's always darkest before the dawn. While everyone jumps into making videos about AI and VCs run to the next hot topic in tech, I'm going to be here building, continuing to publish content, and positioning to be a true leader in the most important global change to our financial system. My only question is, will you be? As always, I'm EllioTrades. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to watch this video. It's just as good as this one, probably a little bit better, and I'll see you very soon on the next episode.